definitely, little pretty little dude with the curls and that whole vibe. And then, one of my OGs, he was a producer. Shout out to Buck Wild, legendary producer in the game. And I was rapping and rapping. He was like, "You sure you want to be a rapper?" And I was like, "What you mean?" Like, I'm watching Video Music Box every day. I have my dream set, locked in stone. And your boy was like, "You sure you want to rap?"
Years already planned out.
Yeah. Already planned out, bro. "You sure you want to rap?" I was like, "What you mean? Like, why?" He was like, "Man, why don't you should be behind the scenes. Get money behind the scenes. Like, and you already playing drums. You need a little church boy. You're a little church boy playing drum. Why don't you make beats like me? Be a producer." And I was like, all right, he just shattered my entire dream. But I'm over here like,
when somebody hit you with the, "Are you sure?" You're like, why you asking me like that?
Yeah.
I'm like, man. So gave it some thought. And the more time went by, it just made so much more sense because I was a drummer, So fast forward, started playing drums in church. But I was, like I said, about 15 or 16 when I decided I wanted to be a producer. Like I already had it. I thought I was going to do the artist thing. That didn't go, so I transitioned into producing thing and then just full speed after that.
Okay, so your rapping thing only lasted how long? Time span?
30 minutes.
A few little years.
How long Video Music Box? After Ralph McDaniel told everybody.
Yo.
Nice. It went to Ray DeJean. It was like, all right, that's it.
Yeah, it was just over, bro. Just over, man. Like over.
Okay.
Yeah. Damn, you got me like reminiscing, like thinking back to that conversation.
But you said it was a blessing to move from the front to the back to producing.
I mean, I think.
Okay, the reason why I say that is because your church background and being held to what you say and what you do, it's easier to do as a producer.
True, to a certain degree, because I still got a lot of hell with me wanting to produce. I'm in the church and they're like, "You're gonna do gospel music, right?" I was like,
No.
I'm gonna do hip hop. I'm gonna do R&B, and that was frowned upon too, because it was just like it's either church, it's either for God or for nothing. But for me as a little kid, I'm from the Bronx. I'm from the projects. I'm from 169 Washington Avenue. But once I got it made up in my mind, what it is I want to do, is nothing you can really say that's gonna stop me. So I was always a rebel with my parents, with my pastor. Like I used to pull up to church, windows down, blasting Hove, blasting Biggie, blasting Pac, and then going there with the suit on and go play. Give it up for God one time, straight out the church, back to what it was. But I kept it a buck. I kept it 1,000. My pastor was a female, and she loved it because her job was to keep us off the streets.
Right.
So if this is how you're going to come, like, it took a while for me to get into the suits and respect that. I'm from the project, bro. I'm got to take the bus to church, bro.
Right.
I'm going to church like this before I be a target out here. You know what I'm saying? Like, so she respected it, man. And I stood my ground in regards to what I wanted to do. Got a lot of kickback for that. But it was my dream and was my passion. So I was like, nah, I'm doing this.
Yeah, because I also heard you say that, do I want to put that on the church to pay me what I'm worth?
Y'all was doing like real research.
Yeah.
Y'all was doing like homework.
He accused me earlier of doing. He accused me earlier of doing fake homework. You know what?
He did good.
But I do
today.
He didn't mess it up because usually you have like a half story right and a half wrong. So today he got it all the way right.
Yeah.
So
that's a home run. That's a home run.
That's a good one for him.
But yeah, I remember sitting in my pastor's office, and she passed away too. So rest in peace to my bishop, my pastor Michelle White. I remember sitting in her office and I'm like, listen, I know you want me here, and I do want to be here, but I do have dreams and aspirations of playing the world and playing around the world and playing in some of the biggest stadiums and arenas around the world. We from New York, so I want to play Madison Square Garden. I want to. That's when Meadowlands was rocking. I want to play Meadowlands. I want to play these places that my parents used to go to concerts to and take me to concerts as a little kid. So I was like, I got to be outside. I got to go out there and work with the secular artists in order to do that. And she just wasn't feeling it. And I was just like, listen, what they gonna pay? You're not gonna pay that.
Yeah.
And you shouldn't. I'm not saying you. No, not. I don't
pay
feel
with
like
tithes.
I don't feel like. First of all,
I'll pass that truck back around and go pay for Amadeus.
That's it.
Platinum producer.
Right. Like, how much gonna get back to the church?
Right. Like, imagine pastors pulling up in like an Oldsmobile. I'm pulling up in the Maybach.
Yeah.
All the church money going to have me on drums. I was like, nah, I didn't feel right about it. I just didn't feel right about it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, let me go out there and get that bag and then bring it back here. Because I was always that kid where I love home and I'm going to represent where I'm from, and I'm not gonna get to that point where I'm too big to forget where I'm from. I was just at my church this weekend. You know what I'm saying? I was in town. I wasn't out of town, and I was at my church, and it was like, and it felt good to be home. But nah, that was my. And mind you, I'm a little kid. I'm a little kid talking that, because I'm like, when I'm getting paid per Sunday, I'm paying my cell phone bill and maybe lunch for school. That's it.
That's
you know, for me as a youngin', I'm cool because I'm home. I'm living home with my parents. I'm in high school, so I'm cool. I gotta wear. I'm going to Cardinal Hayes High School, so I gotta wear a uniform. So I ain't gotta really be fly like that. Much, yeah. You know, so I'm cool. My cell phone and lunch, because you got to pay for lunch back then, and that was it. And I started thinking, like, but what if I want more? What if I want to look like my brothers? You see the Yankee hat he wear? He can match that with anything. Any one of us can put on that hat right now and be great. But for real, that's the thought process. You know what I'm saying? But I love that. You know, that's good homework, man.
Yeah,
good homework, bro.
Because I also I'm not a religious person. Okay. I grew up in a church. Okay. So hearing you say it, I always wonder about those guys who have to battle with leaving that behind, because there is a leaving it behind that happens. It's not just, oh, I'm going to work.
Yeah.
That happens. There's a leaving it behind.
When you see grandma, she gonna beat you, but it's okay.
Why you my grandmother passed.
I used to be talking so crazy, but as a youngin', I used to be talking so crazy and be going back and forth with them like, all right, so you work at the bank. You work at, not you guys directly, but like, I'm just using an example. You work at Walmart. You work at McDonald's. With all three of y'all jobs, tell me how you're glorifying God. I'ma wait.
No, you putting the pressure on them like that.
I'm talking about it.
I heard it. Yeah.
Right? No, you're going to work. You're going to make money. You're going to eat. You're going to work to provide for yourself and for your family. Period. When you flip that burger, that ain't got nothing to do with God. When you cashing somebody check, that don't have nothing to do with directly.